try still, and you're not for what?
But you aren't willing to try.
I am willing to try, Rob. Like, why I should give you a chance?
It was our thing to, hang out. Growing up without you there. What?
Get out!
No. You leave.
Glad to see you tuning back in for a 90-Day Fiance episode recap. This is part 1 of Happily Ever After Season 8, Episode 19. This deep dive includes Sophie and Rob's struggle to deal with their breakup, Gino finally coming clean about Jasmine's paperwork, and Patrick setting boundaries with his father. First off, let's talk about the Rob and Sophie saga. We all know how Rob abruptly ended things with Sophie in the previous episode, and Sophie just couldn't wrap her head around the decision. While their breakup drama extended to episode 19 as well, with both of them finding it hard to navigate through the split.
Just wish things would have gone differently. That's all I can say. It sucks, man. Like, what the is going on?
I mean, I kinda expected Sophie to accept Rob's decision since she was unhappy with the live-in situation. But surprisingly, she started begging him to come back within an hour of the breakup. I guess reality is often hard to accept.
After I leave, I drive halfway home and Sophie's calling me, begging me to come back. It's just like, what is happening right now? It's such a picture-perfect example of why I can't keep doing this.
This fiasco was clearly taking a toll on Rob as well. I mean, Sophie had caused enough drama throughout their relationship, and even after a breakup, he couldn't fully separate.
After all the things I've been through, like the online cheating, I've moved country and life for him, my mum doesn't like him, my friends don't like him, I still stayed with him, I've given him so many chances.
Wow. I mean, we all saw how this relationship turned into a train wreck once Sophie moved to the US and the couple realized they had contrasting lifestyles. But she is too stuck in the past, saying she put up with a lot. It's time to call it, for both of your sakes.
Sophie, you asked me to come back here. Why?
Because I don't understand what you just did. You're trying to break up with me. How does that make any sense?
If you can't let go of anything...
I should have left you.
So is that what this is about?
And just as I suspected, the truth behind Sophie's call was out in the open. It was her ego talking, unable to accept that Rob had left her instead of the other way around. She was too worried about how it looked to start processing.
To try still, and you're not for what?
But you aren't willing to try.
I am willing to try, Rob. Like, why I should give you a chance?
I don't want to keep trying and getting nowhere.
Okay.
But this drama was still far from over. If you think Sophie had no other option but to accept Rob's decision, she decided to do this.
Sophie, no. No, you're gonna have an anxiety attack.
No.
Break up with her? After everything he's done?
Eventually, she fully broke down. Still hard to tell if she is embarrassed or upset over the relationship. Probably a little bit of both. But I think a lot of it is rooted in Rob not caring.
I'm not happy around you.
If you're not happy around me, then you probably shouldn't be with me.
No, because you can be not.
Sophie's panic attack was so intense that Rob couldn't stand being apart any longer. He finally gave in. However, he was still in the dark, struggling to understand if Sophie actually wanted to be with him.
I hate to see that her feelings are hurt, but like, what's going on upstairs that you come running out here, get in the car, have a panic attack? As many times as I've said I can't do this, I don't feel loved, what do you expect?
I mean, Sophie kept going back and forth. She didn't like being around him, but him leaving sent her into a panic. Honestly, they are just both codependent.
At the end of the day, Sophie, I don't want to be on the outside anymore.
I've moved, I got married, and for it to just fail is like such a waste of a lot of my life.
Not every relationship is meant to last forever, Sophie. The sooner you accept that, the quicker you'll stop going in circles with Rob and finally bring things to a close in a way that's best for both of you. Nonetheless, let's move on to Gino and Jasmine's drama.
So you didn't submit it?
No, you're not listening.
Did you submit the paperwork, yes or no?
You were there when I was filling it out. Do you remember that? Yes or no?
Did you submit?
Do you remember that?
Did you submit the paperwork, yes or no?
We all know Jasmine's been struggling with the paperwork to bring her kids to the US. She's exhausted from living apart and is desperate to reunite with them, but Gino seems to have other priorities. The process has been dragging on forever, and big surprise, it will continue.
No! I got 20% to do yet.
Sadly, this was a surprise to Jasmine as well. I mean, I could have seen this coming. You can't trust Gino as far as you can throw him.
This is so shocking for me, you know. You just ruined my life. You hate me.
But on the flip side, Gino also had a story to tell. He is a major gaslighter and always has to flip things on her. Just admit you are wrong.
I submitted the paperwork, and I think Jasmine misunderstands what I'm saying. I am working on it. I just haven't submitted it yet. Put a whole lot of effort to get this done and then submit it.
Well, Gino, if you were really putting in the effort, things wouldn't have spiraled this badly. It's so privileged for Gino to say he wanted to focus on them while Jasmine was moving across the world and missing her family. Get your priorities straight with your wife, Gino.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. You're nuts. You're trying to make me crazy, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna give you that power anymore, Gino.
Episode 19 escalated the tension between Jasmine and Gino, and the confrontation didn't end well. Gino still seemed to view the situation through a different lens, trying to justify his actions.
I'm trying the best I can to do this paperwork. I'm really frustrated because she's never really happy, even though I'm trying everything I possibly can do.
It gets worse. Gino wasn't even serious about applying for Jasmine's own green card after bringing her to America. And after that, Gino actually tries to make us feel bad for him because Jasmine is mean. I would be way meaner.
I'm talking to you, Gino.
Go ahead, ask it.
Why you brought me to this country where I have no one?
This whole situation didn't need to be as serious as Gino made it because of his irresponsibility. Their entire relationship was on the line just because he failed to submit the paperwork on time. It really makes you wonder, was he even committed to doing it in the first place?
Get out!
No. You leave.
Have a good night and enjoy your porn.
You see, instead of owning up to his mistakes, Gino was throwing tantrums, making the situation even worse. Sure, Jasmine may have been a bit dramatic, but her concerns were valid. I mean, she had every right to be upset. After all, she'd been completely misled.
He told me that he will provide to me a home here in the United States. We will bring my children, and we will gonna be a happy family. At the verge of the breaking point.
How you doing, sir?
Well, you should have seen the red flags, Jasmine. We'll have to wait and see what's in store for Jasmine and Gino, but for now, let's dive into the next big moment from episode 19. This time, it's Patrick's turn in the spotlight, as he and his father engage in an emotional confrontation that tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah, I really want to talk to you. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Saúde.
Saúde.
In case you're not up to speed, Patrick has been trying to mend his relationship with his father for the past 5 years. Now, with his departure from Brazil just a day away, he's finally decided to confront the emotions he's kept bottled up. I mean, it's kinda now or never moment for him.
You know, like the dinner and stuff, like everyone's giving me a lot of really about the apartment.
Uh-huh.
And right there from you and
It's
you
kind of
know.
hard for me to just give you right now.
Patrick's father has always demanded more from him, and recently he even raised the rent on the apartment Patrick and Ty's were renting from him. The kicker? His dad wasn't there for him growing up, and now this? It's no wonder Patrick finally decided to speak up.
Like the apartment was about you. It was our thing to, you know, hang out. Growing up without you there. What?
That's the thing, Mr. Mendes. You don't understand. Your son finally wants to hang out with you in Brazil after years of being absent, and your major concern is your apartment and its rent. Patrick fully broke down, but at least his father showed remorse and acknowledged his mistakes. I wonder if this is enough?
I feel pretty bad. Don't be there for him, you know. But this is my first time I see my son cry like that. It is very emotional.
But now it was time to talk straight and set some important boundaries. I mean, Patrick had to really see things practically rather than emotionally, since he had the responsibility of Di's and their newborn baby as well.
And just make some boundaries, you know, like not pay rent early or pay like 2 rents in advance.
Well, Patrick's father finally came to realize that his son had more value than rent or property. It seemed like things might really be on the mend for them.
You still my son. And at least it's still my granddaughter.
Gosh, that was so satisfying to see. I mean, nothing better than a father and son clearing things up after years of bottled emotions and long-held tensions between them. There is a ton more that goes down in episode 19. The ongoing drama between Michael and Angela is reaching new heights. Kobe and Emily are dealing with serious residential challenges, and Alex is still grappling with Lauren's decision to undergo another surgery. Like and subscribe, as we will be posting part 2 shortly to cover it all. See you soon!